Good morning. Like I said, I shot some video ahead of time. This is another project, and by the way, for an update, my grizzly is down. It went down in the middle of, or finishing up on this, somewhat of this project. I've got some touching up to do on the project you're going to be seeing. I've done something personally I hadn't never done is I put my 4-jaw chuck on the grizzly and bored it. And basically what I've done is made me a fixture to mount on the tailstock so that the indicator would touch. The other lathe that I done it, I cheated and made it 2 pieces and welded it together. And I decided I wanted this made in 1 piece. So I've got it, you know, the footage you're going to see is me working on it. It's not completely finished as of the time I've shot this video. It's a little touch-up work. Mainly, I've got to get the thumb screw fixed. Some stuff like that. So, and on another personal note, my subscribers and all realize that I'm a bachelor. I'm actually in the process of filing a divorce from the lady I was married to when I lived in Statesville, North Carolina. And I said something in the last video about I was having problems with somebody compromised credit card. Well, at the same time, I'm going around with the local attorney. And as the time is finished the video, I'm fixing to go out there and pay the office a visit this morning when they open. I went the 3rd day of June, my year of separation was up. I started the video project, basically, my YouTube videos have started around 1st of the year. So I had already been here, but make long story short, I filed for divorce. In North Carolina, that should take 6 weeks. They were supposed to contact my ex-wife by mail. Well, I've been in contact with my ex-wife. And she has never got anything. Every time I call the lawyers, I keep getting big runarounds. It makes me wonder whether they've done anything. And I've been highly peeved, and I'm fixing to go out there this morning and find out what's going on. If I have to, if they basically make me refile and wait another 6 weeks, I'm gonna demand my money back and go to another attorney, because quite frankly, I don't trust these people. And it's sort of been frustrating. Hopefully I'll have some answers, and I'm going to look into filing a complaint with the state bar. Either way, I feel like I'm at least call the state bar and see if I got basis for a complaint, because I don't think this should have happened. I feel like something, you know, and I know really the lawyer don't do this work, so I understand that. So that's been on my mind, and that's been a real heavy burden to be carrying. So I spent a lot of time in the shop just to kind of calm down and cool off. In the process of filming this video, my new grizzly took a crap. And I was on the phone with Grizzly yesterday. And this is the 14th. Let me look at the calendar back here behind me. Yes, this is the 14th of August. And evidently, from what we determined, that the capacitor on the motor and a contactor, it went bad. And Grizzly is going to mail me or ship me one, so next week sometime I should get it. And hopefully I'll get all this on and get the lathe back to running. I'll maybe try to get a little video, a little video of it. This is one of the things that, you know, their customer service is good. This is the other reason that I went the route I did. The lathe fits in the shop building fairly well. And I've had to do some modifications now, but you get customer service and you're able to call somebody and you're able to get in contact with people. The only thing is they did make, to my opinion, they made all this too complicated in the back end. Instead of having a very straight, directly wired to the gearbox system, They kind of do put a lot of garbage in between. And I really don't understand why, but that's just the way things are done nowadays. Looked like it would be much simpler just to have a blooming on and off switch, power straight to the motor, forward or reverse, and be done with it. And all them contactors is highly, to my opinion, is highly unnecessary. I don't know what the whole drill about that thing is. So anyway, basically it's down. Hope you enjoy where I'm making this indicator stop. I've got one more piece that I want to make for the lathe, and I might start on it. It don't require the lathe, it's actually making a work rest. I've got to design it and come up with an idea of what I want and how I want to make it. And I kind of know how I want to make it. I kind of idea of what I want. I'll make one similar that I made for my other lathe. And hopefully I can get all that together. So again, enjoy. In case you wonder what's going on, I'm making the plate go on the back of the back of the lathe to drive the indicator. If everything's shaking, I may have to move it. Well, we got a little bit of out of balance because of the having this plate in the forge yard. We may have to move to a different location here. Must be hitting the chuck yards. Hit the shut wheel or something. Just barely. We're going to have to do something here. That's not going to work. We're going to have to move that out a little bit to give us some room. Well, we're not straight. Tell you what we'll do. I just now noticed that. It's not square. So we need to do a little bit of moving anyway, so we'll let these two loose a little bit now. So we can move this thing a little bit. And then we'll tighten it back up. We got some room to play. What I might do here, is grab a couple of parallels and put these parallels in and take them out after we get them in place. Yep. Well, maybe I have to. Let me just pull this whole thing out. Doesn't really matter. I can take it either side, but I did hit a booger at my jaws just a hair. What was trying to do here. I don't know, maybe I'll put both parallels in. About that. Alright. Let's just take the boring bar and kind of use to hopefully we can get the boring bar in our speed. We might have to, we may end up parallels. Oh. That's not good. The parallels will fall out of this end. Parallels had the other end out. May have to get another boring bar and put it in here too, and a smaller one to bore this with. We get started with the boring. Let's turn that on and see what we got. We're going to have to move the camera. Let's find another camera mount location. So, try to bear with us here while let's try that. Let's see if that works any better on the camera. Yeah, that is a lot sturdier. Okay. Make sure everything's good and tight here, and we'll go on and we'll start boring this. We're gonna probably have to change boring bars. I didn't see that. So I may cut you off and have another boring bar. All right. We're doing a sanity check, make sure everything's gonna clear. Woo! It is, but you have boring bar hanging out in the hits. Screw the poop out of them. Really getting close. I don't like that. I need to move it. Bar's got to come be hung out a lot more to give us some room. Yeah, that way we'll be off of the machine. That's just awful close to the. All right. When things are close, you just don't like it. Making the leg shape bad. We got a long way to go. It's been a lot nicer to get a bigger grills. I'm going to stop the camera. Alright, there's the plate. It's going to slide. It's a little loose, which is odd. A little bit of plate, but we're going to put a screw in anyway. I don't know. I'm not going to put a screw through it, and I'm going to put a screw to it and tighten it this way. So that's what I wanted. It's a little looser than I wanted, but it's still just fine. Well, it's a lot better. I went ahead off camera and drilled, tapped this plate, 1/4 20. And I'm going to put a brass screw in it, and I'm going to make the brass screw 1/4 20 simple. And I've actually got I'm going to have an aluminum knob on it. The reason for the aluminum knob, I just had one made. I actually have a brass one, but I made the brass one up too. I may put the brass one on it, hell, I don't know. But I am going to go ahead and turn just a hair bit undersized for that to tighten on. There we go. And then we're going to get the die out. We're going to run the die up on it. And we're going to pull it out a bit and run the die up on it. This big chamfer is for, you know, that's sort of give us a point so that it won't mushroom up. So that's what we're working on. I had never used my 4-jaw chuck. Neither of my lathes, so just them. And it's handy as all get out for what I just need. Alright, let's find some 1/4 20. Turn the camera off. I'll be right back with you. Yeah, right now I'm waiting for the Loctite to set on this so I can cut it off. And this is what it's going to look like when it's finished. Fairly simple. And just, and that way, and it's just bored to where it's just, like I say, it's a slip fit. So we're right now waiting for the Loctite to set up, and I'm going to do a little cleanup. The lathe broke. I just got off the phone with Grizzly, so I've got a, looks like I got, excuse me, I got my phone pointed down. I got a capacitor problem. So we will see. Good morning. I hope you enjoyed this video. You'll see where I'm at on the progress of my indicator stop. And I got to do something different with the lathe, and I really enjoyed it. So, you know, I've got different camera mounts. I went back to using indicator holders a little more. I need to get me probably a good one to use to indicate with, because the ones I'm using is kind of all right for that. Maybe in the budget I might save up for me a Noga. That's sort of what the gold standard is, and it looks like that's the best way to go, because they seem to work really well. They have bought some of the stands on my day job, Noga stands. They use them at work on gear shavers, and hobs especially gear shavers, where you have to get everything indicated in as far as the arbor, the arbors, the centers together, the arbors, the spindle arbors, and all that stuff, so that when they put the shave cutters on to form gear forms, you know, that makes the gear forms pull so much better. So the Nogas are so adjustable and so easy to work with that they bought them and they begin to use them. And so I've actually got to look at the Noga stands up close and personal, besides the videos the people like Adam and Stan, and I think Randy Richards may have one. I can't remember where I've seen him with one or not, but I've seen Stan with him, and I know Adam's a big proponent of them. Tom Lipton's a big proponent of the Nogas. And those are just, like right now, it's the gold standard just because they're more adjustable. I mean, I have I got a knockoff base, a little mini knockoff base that I've never used, that would probably work for some things, but I want me a larger base, and I may end up going ahead and springing for the real McCoy. Even though I don't use it that often, is when you cheap out on a tool sometimes, and you know it. I mean, you know, You buy a cheap tool several times and a good tool once. It's like a local business's ad that sells mattresses. One of their favorite ads says that I'm too poor to buy cheap. And a woman says, and it's a very true statement. If you buy quality, you buy it once. If you buy something just to get by, and I try to balance this out on my purchases for my home and my shop. If it's something that's very, very rarely used and it doesn't really affect anything, yes, I'll go with a less expensive product. But if it's but one thing about a tool of any sort, if you're going to use it constantly, I mean, I have Craftsman wrenches that I've had for 40 years. And if you buy good quality tools, they will last you a lifetime. And that's very important. Anybody that's younger that's out there listening to this, you know, it's all right to go to Harbor Freight and buy a cheap something to get you by today, especially if you're going to not use it but once or twice. But if you're going into any trade that you're going to have to use something on a regular basis, or even for your own home, if you're going to use, the place is not cheap out as on your wrenches, your screwdrivers, your indicator holders, and such as that. Yes, I have Asian lathes, but I have a higher quality Asian lathe now. And that's a little bit different matter. And yes, the thing about it is you can't really buy it. Well, it's ridiculously expensive. And buying a used American lathe, the South bends are just ridiculously hard to find. And then when you do, you got a project of basically rebuilding it. I mean, you know, everybody, you know, Brad Jacobs, basement shop guy, has really, you know, he really gets into rebuilding his machines, and he's really got basically better than brand new machines because of the process. And a lot of the guys I read on these boards or whatever that I frequent are the same way. But, you know, my idea of the hobby is to make stuff. And so I want something as far as my machines that when I can count on. I'm a little bit aggravated that my lathe's down, but such is life. Things happen, so whatever. So hopefully the parts will be here, and hopefully you'll see the lathe back and running shortly. Now, young's, God bless all of my subscribers. God bless all of you, and hope you enjoyed these videos.